Huawei Technologies Co., Ltd., a global telecommunications leader, has a storied history that reflects its evolution from a small startup to a multinational giant. Founded in 1987 by Ren Zhengfei in Shenzhen, China, Huawei initially operated as a distributor of private branch exchange PBX switches. Ren, a former engineer in the People's Liberation Army, saw potential in the telecommunications industry as China began to modernize its infrastructure. In the early 1990s, Huawei began to invest heavily in research and development, creating its own products and marking its transition to a manufacturer of telecommunications equipment. The company's focus on R&D and innovation set it apart from competitors. By the late 1990s, Huawei had expanded its offerings to include optical networking, data communications, and mobile network solutions. The early 2000s marked a significant turning point for Huawei as it ventured into the international market. The company established partnerships and joint ventures in various countries, leading to an aggressive expansion strategy. By 2004, Huawei had become one of the top telecommunications equipment providers in the world, securing contracts with major telecommunications operators. Huawei's growth continued into the 2010s, during which it diversified into consumer electronics, particularly smartphones. The launch of the Huawei Ascend series and subsequent flagship models like the Huawei P and Mate series showcased the company's ambition to compete with established brands like Apple and Samsung. This period also saw Huawei becoming one of the world's largest smartphone manufacturers, gaining significant market share internationally. Despite its success, Huawei faced increasing scrutiny and challenges, particularly from Western governments, citing concerns over security and allegations of espionage. In 2018, the U.S. government placed Huawei on a trade blacklist, restricting its access to critical technology and components, which posed significant challenges for its smartphone business. The ongoing geopolitical tensions have led to a broader discussion about the role of Chinese technology companies in global markets. In response to these challenges, Huawei has pivoted towards developing its own technologies, including the HarmonyOS operating system and advancements in artificial intelligence and cloud computing. The company has also invested in 5G technology, positioning itself as a leader in this next-generation telecommunications infrastructure. Today, Huawei operates in over 170 countries and employs more than 194,000 people. It remains committed to innovation and sustainability, focusing on building a fully connected, intelligent world. Its journey from a small startup to a global powerhouse mirrors the rapid evolution of the tech industry in China and poses significant questions about the future of technology and international relations. Huawei struggles with bans and restrictions imposed by Western countries, particularly the United States, have significantly impacted its operations and strategy. Here are some key aspects of these challenges. 1. Trade restrictions. In May 2019, the U.S. government added Huawei to the Entity List, effectively banning American companies from selling technology and components to the company without special licenses. This action severely limited Huawei's access to critical hardware and software, including semiconductors and Google's Android operating system for its smartphones. 2. Supply chain disruption. The ban disrupted Huawei's supply chains, particularly for components essential for its smartphones and telecommunications equipment. Huawei has historically relied on U.S. suppliers for chips and other technologies, making it difficult to sustain production and innovation in the face of these restrictions. 3. Loss of global partnerships. As a result of the ban, many Western companies distanced themselves from Huawei to avoid potential penalties or reputational damage. This included partnerships with key telecommunications operators and technology firms, further isolating Huawei from the global tech ecosystem. 4. Shift in market strategy. The restrictions forced Huawei to reassess its market strategy. With diminished access to Western markets and technology, the company shifted its focus towards domestic markets in China and other regions less influenced by U.S. policies. This pivot included increasing investments in local supply chains and forging partnerships with non-Western companies. 5. Development of alternative technologies. In response to the loss of access to U.S. technology, Huawei accelerated its efforts to develop its own technologies. This included creating the HarmonyOS operating system as an alternative to Android and investing in semiconductor manufacturing capabilities to reduce reliance on foreign suppliers. 6. Public relations and image management. Huawei faced a significant public relations challenge as Western governments portrayed the company as a security threat. In response, Huawei launched campaigns to improve its image, emphasizing transparency, security, and contributions to technological advancements. The company sought to reassure consumers and partners of its commitment to cybersecurity. 7. Legal challenges. Huawei has engaged in legal battles to contest the bans and restrictions placed on it. The company argued that the U.S. government's actions were politically motivated and unjust. These legal disputes have added to the complexity of Huawei's operational landscape. 8. Impact on innovation and growth. The combination of trade restrictions and supply chain disruptions has inevitably slowed Huawei's innovation cycle and growth in certain areas, particularly in the smartphone market. The company has had to adapt to these challenges while continuing to invest in research and development to maintain its competitive edge. 9. Geopolitical tensions. Huawei's struggles are not just about business. They are also intertwined with broader geopolitical tensions between the U.S. and China. The company's situation reflects the complexities of international relations and the increasing use of technology as a tool for political leverage. Huawei has employed several strategies to adapt to the challenges posed by trade restrictions and competition, enabling it to remain a significant player in the technology and telecommunications sectors. Here are some key ways in which Huawei has managed to sustain its operations and competitiveness. 1. Diversification of products and services. Huawei has diversified its offerings beyond smartphones and telecommunications equipment. The company has expanded into cloud computing, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things IoT solutions, and enterprise services. This diversification helps mitigate risks associated with any single market segment. 2. Focus on research and development. Huawei continues to invest heavily in R&D, allocating a significant portion of its revenue to innovation. The company has established numerous research centers worldwide and employs a large number of engineers and researchers. This commitment to R&D has allowed Huawei to develop proprietary technologies and maintain a competitive edge. 3. Development of HarmonyOS. In response to the restrictions on using Google's Android operating system, Huawei developed its own operating system, HarmonyOS. This strategic move not only allows Huawei to regain control over its software ecosystem, but also positions the company to build an integrated platform for various devices, enhancing user experience. 4. Strengthening domestic market. With the challenges in Western markets, Huawei has focused on strengthening its presence in the Chinese market, which remains a significant opportunity for growth. The company has partnered with local telecom operators and invested in infrastructure projects, capitalizing on the rapid digitalization of China. 5. Building alternative supply chains. To counter the impact of U.S. trade restrictions, Huawei has worked on developing alternative supply chains. This involves forging partnerships with suppliers from other countries and investing in domestic semiconductor manufacturing to reduce dependency on foreign technology. 6. Innovation in telecommunications technology. Huawei has positioned itself as a leader in 5G technology, investing in the development of advanced telecommunications infrastructure. The company's early investments in 5G have allowed it to secure contracts with various global telecom operators, even in markets where it faces restrictions. 7. Global expansion into emerging markets. Huawei has expanded its operations into emerging markets in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. These regions offer growth opportunities where Huawei can leverage its competitive pricing and technological expertise, often filling gaps left by Western competitors.
8. Strategic partnerships and alliances. Huawei has formed strategic alliances with other technology companies and organizations to enhance its capabilities and reach. Collaborations with local firms in various countries have helped Huawei to navigate regulatory challenges and build trust within those markets. 9. Emphasis on cybersecurity and transparency. To combat security concerns raised by Western governments, Huawei has emphasized its commitment to cybersecurity and transparency. The company has taken steps to open its facilities for inspection and has engaged in dialogues with policymakers to address security apprehensions. 10. Brand loyalty and customer engagement. Huawei has built a strong brand presence, particularly in Asia and parts of Europe. The company focuses on customer engagement and loyalty through innovative features, competitive pricing, and a robust ecosystem of devices and services. By leveraging these strategies, Huawei has demonstrated resilience and adaptability in a rapidly changing global landscape. While challenges remain, the company's ability to innovate, diversify, and focus on emerging markets has allowed it to remain a formidable competitor in the technology sector.